Hey everyone! Welcome back to Ryoha Gaming, the channel where we explore legendary games, both classic and modern. Here, it's not just about gameplay, we dive into the history, the lore, and what makes a game truly unforgettable. And today, we're going deep into one of the most iconic and underrated gems of the PlayStation 1 era. A game filled with mystery, strategy, and dark storytelling. That's right, Vagrant Story. Vagrant Story was released by Squaresoft in the year 2000, before they merged and became Square Enix. It was directed by Yasumi Matsuno, the mastermind behind Final Fantasy Tactics and Tactics Ogre. Unlike most RPGs of its time, Vagrant Story didn't feature a party system. You only control one character, Ashley Riot, a risk-breaker from the VKP, Valendia Knights of the Peace. The game takes place in a haunting, ancient city called Liamond, filled with ruins, cults, and arcane magic. What made it stand out wasn't just the dark, mature narrative, but also the mix of real-time and strategic combat, puzzle solving, and deep weapon customization. For its time, the 3D graphics were stunning, and the cinematic presentation was on another level. Now you might be thinking, it's an old game, why should I bother playing it today? Let me give you some solid reasons. First, Vagrant Story is one of the very few games to ever receive a perfect 10 out of 10 score from IGN. Even today, it's considered a cult classic and a masterpiece of game design. Second, the combat system is incredibly deep. You can target specific body parts, use chain combos, monitor your risk level, and craft weapons with different affinities. Every fight feels meaningful, like a mini-puzzle. Third, the story is dark, mature, and filled with political intrigue and personal trauma. If you love worlds like The Witcher, Dark Souls, or Final Fantasy Tactics, Vagrant Story will pull you in with its atmosphere and mystery. And let's be honest, there's still no other game quite like it. It's a one-of-a-kind experience that stands the test of time. Now here's the sad part, Square Enix has never released a sequel or a remake of Vagrant Story. Over the years, they've acknowledged that there's still a strong fanbase for the game. And the world of Vagrant Story, called Valendia, has been hinted to be part of the Ivalice Alliance, the same world as Final Fantasy Tactics and Final Fantasy XII. With Square Enix focusing on remakes like Final Fantasy VII Remake and Star Ocean, there's still hope that Vagrant Story might get the treatment it deserves. But as of 2025, there's been no official announcement, so for now, fans like us just have to keep the flame alive, and show Square Enix that we still care. So where does Vagrant Story stand in 2025? It's still a timeless classic. In fact, more and more creators are revisiting it through emulators, HD texture mods, and even fan projects. The community is small, but passionate, creating fan art, theories, and gameplay enhancements to keep the game alive. With modern emulators like DuckStation or RetroArch, you can now play Vagrant Story in high resolution with smooth performance. There's never been a better time to experience or revisit this gem, and if you've never played it, trust me, this is the kind of game that stays with you long after the credits roll. That wraps up our look into Vagrant Story, a rare gem that deserves a second chance in the spotlight. If you've played it before, share your favorite memory or moment in the comments below. I'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to Ryoha Gaming for more in-depth looks into legendary games from the past and present. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay awesome, gamers!